Barstool. Okay, first story we got, Colin. The draft, April 27th. And guess what? According to Pro Football Focus, Baker Mayfield ranks head and shoulders above everybody else. I know, I can look at your face right there. Of course, former Oklahoma quarterback and the reigning Heisman winner, according to Pro Football Focus, should definitely be on the top, the best passer rating of any quarterback in the class, so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. The draft is April 27th. I know you're a big Sam Darnold fan. I'm going to assume that you don't agree with this based on your facial expression.
This is the company that Chris Collinsworth. Chris, sell the company. Okay, time out. There's three things that I care about for a franchise quarterback. First thing I look at is body type, size. This guy's barely 6 feet. The second thing I look at is, can you make plays happen when things break down? Athletic ability. He's a two-time walk-on. Third thing I look at is maturity. Are you ready to be the CEO of a franchise? He grabbed his junk in the middle of a game. So on the three things that deeply matter to me, whiff.
Okay, number one of those in terms of physical presence, you're a big Russell Wilson fan, though, in terms of size.
Okay,
so
Russell
he's the outlier.
Okay, so no, here's the thing. You could say, well, Russell Wilson's short. You're right. He didn't check that box. But he is ridiculously dynamic as an athlete. He played baseball, and he's probably the most mobile guy since Mike Vick. And third, he has great maturity. He's like a grown-up.
Well, yeah, the maturity part you can't argue. So if in fact, he ends up, according to Pro Football Focus, being head and shoulders above the rest, which means he would go to the Browns. Do you know how many quarterbacks the Browns have had since 1999?
21?
28. 28 quarterbacks since 1991. Their last four-round picks include Couch, Brady Quinn, Brandon Weeden, and Johnny Manziel.
I just can't. Oh.
What? And we'll move right along. Okay, Markelle Fultz, 76ers first-round pick.
This is wild.
Right? He was only played a couple games, and he had shoulder surgery. Say shoulder surgery 3 times.
Shoulder surgery.
It's like rivalry week. It's hard. Do it in your free time. But he did have shoulder surgery, and now there's this video of him, which, you know, the kids say.
It's become mental.
Your jumper's broken.
Right.
Like, legitimately, this guy can't shoot.
That's
and now
right.
the 76ers are using these virtual reality goggles, to help him.
Oh, my God.
That's where we're at right now. I know. And Joel Embiid says that people around him aren't really supporting him. Take a listen.
I don't exactly know what the origin of like the problems are. I'm still trying to figure it out, but you know, I don't feel like a lot of people around him have had his back, you know, especially he's only 19 years old, and that can be hard, you know. The people around you that are supposed to like support you, that are not supporting you, is hard. You know, that's a tough situation, but the main thing I always tell him is just to stay patient and keep working hard.
You know, this is amazing. So golfers have what they call the yips. Like a really good golfer suddenly can't chip. Mm-hmm. And in baseball, we've seen, I think Chuck Knobloch had a little bit of a mental block. I've seen this in sports.
I see what you did there.
I've never heard in basketball where a shooter's like,
you see that from the free throw line, right? Like, you got a DeAndre Jordan that struggled free throws, or Shaq.
Is that nerves?
No, I just think that they're so big that it's not natural for them to stand there and shoot a free throw. But independent of all of that, I can't imagine this poor kid and the pressure of the #1 overall pick. You get this surgery and you come back and you're like, you can't shoot. So for this kid's sake, and Joel Embiid, who's like one of the nicest people in the world.
League.
Yeah, exactly. He's there, of course, supporting his teammate. There's no timeline, but hopefully for him and the Sixers supporting him, stepping away from the cameras, taking that pressure off of him and getting his game back. And speaking of Joel Embiid, and finally, it's time for The Real Deal, brought to you by Carl's Jr. and Hardee's $5 All-Star Meals. And today's Real Deal is the aforementioned Joel Embiid. I love this guy.
Very
I am
funny.
all in on him. Take a listen to what he had to say when asked about having a burner account.
Don't use the burner account.
I don't have any burner accounts. When I want to say something, I say it through my actual account because I'm a savage. I'm a savage. I don't care.
So Isaiah Thomas having fun because, of course, that's a little shot at Kevin Durant right there.
Yes, and his burner account. Joel is funny. Now, the key is big guys get hurt. They often get hurt for the rest of their career, so you cross your fingers on him. But I'll tell you, when he's in his little zone and playing well, he is a ridiculous talent.
He's in a lot of his own right now. He's averaging 24 points and 11 rebounds, and I like that he has some fun. I mean, there was a great interview with Kristen Ludlow from TNT. She asked him, because Rihanna, remember when he first came in, he's like, I want to date with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And she said, once you become an all-star, then I'll give you a date. He's now an all-star, and so she asked him about it, like, okay, you ready for that date with Rihanna? He goes, no, I'm good. I've moved on. I said, look at this cat, just moving on. But he's a great player on and off the court and having some fun there with the burner account. Colin, no one needs a burner account.
Nobody.
No
Carissa
one.
with the news.
Well, that's the